for the people of Minnesota who stood on business, who did not allow the federal government to intimidate them, and who stopped the rest of the country from sliding further into authoritarianism and fascism. Now that deserves to be celebrated, not what Tom Homan is saying.
Do you feel as if these charges are going to stick?
Those charges are bogus, as you know. The U.S. Attorney's Office lacks credibility. You all just saw Pam Bondi cape for pedophiles and rapists and make all kinds of deflections instead of doing her job as the U.S. Attorney. So that we know that this is not about justice. This is about punishing dissent. This is about punishing nonviolent protests and trying to silence us. But we refuse to be silent. We're not going to capitulate or bow down to Donald Trump or any of the evil that is coming out of his administration. So Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, all must go. They are bad for this country. They don't deserve. This shows you that just being an elected official or being an appointed official does not equate to actual leadership. These people are leaders because they're standing up for our democracy, they're standing up for the Constitution, they're standing up for truth and justice. Our elected officials have failed us, allowing these ICE agents, these thugs, these federal agents to literally go on a crime spree throughout the state of Minnesota and up to this point to get away with it. Well, we refuse to allow them to get away with it. We will continue to stand for justice. We will continue to push for charges for the federal agents, the ICE agents who killed Renee Good and Alex Preddy, who should still be here today. So even when these ICE agents get the hell out of Minnesota, we still want justice and accountability and arrests for those killers, period.
Do you think your actions inside that church led to the withdrawal that we're seeing?
You know what led to our actions inside of the church, which was a nonviolent peaceful protest? The presence of David Easterwood serving as a pastor and the director of ICE in Minnesota. So he is largely responsible for the oversight of ICE agents in Minnesota, and he needs to be held accountable, especially being a Minnesotan. How do you justify brutal conduct? How do you justify terrifying children in schools and inside of their homes? How do you justify cutting a disabled woman out of her seatbelt, smashing her windows and throwing her to the ground? How do you justify busting into people's houses with big guns? A lack of training and accountability. How do you justify murders and cold blood on the streets of innocent people? So David Easterwood is largely responsible for what has happened here. And City's Church needs to hold him accountable as well. There might have been people who did not. We know that the leadership of City's Church knew about David Easterwood's dual role. There might have been members of the church who didn't know. But now that they do know, what side are they going to choose? Justice or harboring the ICE director who played a huge role in a lot of the chaos, trauma, and brutality that people of Minnesota experienced and did not deserve. So I'm standing 10 toes down for justice. We're going to fight these charges. We're going to push back against the Trump administration until that entire empire crumbles and that democracy is restored for the people. Thank you.
Anything you want to say about that,
That's it. No, I don't.